What time is it?
Passa, passa,
Time?
passa, passa.
Time? Every gal, every gal, every gal, every gal. I go me a
Passa, passa.
Yo, stop, girl, wine, drink and feel like drink and rave till the morning light, my
What it? Center, 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 center. Have a shot, man.
Uptown, downtown. You know who this is? Hot man, how many secret? No one like me.
Well, I do want to tell y'all a story that I heard very recently. I actually don't know where I heard it. Anyway, this man has been in and out of court, in and out of jail because this woman,
Florida.
you heard about it?
Yeah.
Put his name down as the father. You heard about it, Shar?
No,
Father
but you said
of the
Florida,
child.
you know.
I don't know if it's Florida. I don't remember. I mean, if it's Florida, it's a whole different country. So we're talking about a whole different country here. Put his name down as the father of the child. And he is not the father of the child. They did a DNA test, came back not the father, but he is the father. And they found out after years of him not paying child support. When they interviewed the lady said, I did it so that I could get state benefits. Like you can't not have a parent on, like two parents on the birth papers.
Wow. Florida.
Yes.
That's
So whole country, whole different country.
only Florida.
So she put it down as him because she needed somebody on the birth certificate, not because he's the father. Ended up being the father, but now he can't work because any funds that he
Wait
works,
a second. Hold on.
He ended up being the father?
He ended up being the father.
No, sorry.
Okay.
Sorry, mistake. Yeah, no. He ended up not being the father. Sorry.
Okay.
DNA test came back, but he still owes back child support. So he can't work because
I've heard this. Not this
He can't
story,
work.
but somebody calling
Very
Breakfast
similar.
Club. The same thing. He's not the father. There's proof he's not the father. And he still owed the money because his name is on the birth certificate.
Wow.
and he
Yeah,
cannot get it off. He can't get it off the birth certificate. So now he owes back child support, can't go to work because every time he goes to work, they pull all of the money to pay back off the child support.
You can't just write people's
Put him
name
in
down.
jail, right? Put him in jail because he owes child support.
When he got put in jail,
Yes, he's going to jail because he owes child support.
is
Yeah,
no one
true.
listening to him? It's not his child.
Oh, the reason why I ended up seeing it is because an attorney took it on pro bono. Still couldn't, like, they got him out of jail, but still couldn't get it any, like, past that. Like, they keep having to go back to court, back to court, back to court, back to court. But can you imagine that somebody
And
does it
social security
randomly?
number and stuff too.
I don't remember that. But you don't need a social security number. You have, maybe
This is
you do.
identity theft.
That's what I'm thinking, Sharifa.
Seriously.
This sounds like identity theft to me.
At what
Because
point?
how do you put somebody on child support without information?
Well, no, I think the state, she had to get funds. So she, like, state funds, like, if you're on WIC or,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I don't know how this works. I sound very ignorant right now, but if you're on these things, it's possible that the government is like, we're not giving you all this money. We need to put this other person on child support so that you can get money from them, you can get money from us, you can live. And so that's how he ended up on child support.
Oh, he was on
That-
child support.
That's
Clearly,
the Twilight Zone. That don't
that
even
is
make no sense.
madness.
Listen.
That should not be allowed.
She should be locked up.
That's kind of what I said. And I guess this is
Well,
the point of the conversation, because then I'm like, what if, because when you think of it, even here, but a lot in Jamaica, when you think of it, these people, these women, men are allowed to have more than one woman, right? Not allowed, but it's socially
happens.
acceptable to have more than one woman. Women can't do that. And if they end up breeding for somebody else because of whatever reason they decide to step out, or they're scared to leave their man, or they want 2 man or 3 man or 5 man or whatever, and they end up having this kid, and they make their decision about one, men kill women in Jamaica all the time over stupidness. The one can just walk around and she dead. So if you have a kid for somebody else, you could dead. Not just, I mean, obviously there are extremes to that. There is the person will just walk out on you, or the person could stay. There are lots of people in Jamaica who knows the child is not theirs and sticks it out anyway. So there are obviously extremes, but for whatever reason the woman stays, then is it, how acceptable is that? Is that something that you should go to jail for? Is it scamming on an ultimate level?
So, if you know you stay, that's acceptable.
Well, no. What if she does? What if they don't know? What if she doesn't tell you that this is not your child? Just assumes that they're. Oh my! Wait, before I move on, I have to remember the entire thing before I tell it. But I just want to know what you guys, what's the extreme you think it should not go, or should they go to jail? Maybe.
Who should go to jail?
The
man?
The woman, not the man. What the man?
Oh.
The man don't have no control over the woman.
Well, we might just lock him up for something he gonna do. We just know, but just we're expecting something. No, I'm kidding. That's a little scammy. But the thing I think with that Florida scenario, it's like, I feel like in life there are fake choices, and we've talked about this. Like, you can put a group of people in a scenario where it feels like they have a choice, but is that second choice a real choice? And I think that's true for a number of scenarios. Like, right, we think about when you create ghettos and people are making bad decisions because they're in overcrowded housing. Are there real choices here? Sure, yes, in theory, people can choose to do different things, but when you're living in a house with 10 other people, what are the real choices? So right. In that scenario, I'm like, if you're telling me I got to put somebody's name down, well, I'm gonna put somebody's name down.
Right, because you probably don't even know who the father is either. So I guess it's not scamming if you don't know.
If she's a real G, she'll take that money and give it back to him.
What
every
money?
Time. The child support.
Oh, okay. No. You're talking about in the Florida case.
Yes.
Right.
Well, she didn't even get the money though, because he didn't even pay it because he ain't got no kids. So he's like, I don't understand this child support thing. What do you mean?
No, if she has benefited this time from it and he's in this bind because of her, he could work, and when she get the money, she needs to give it back to him.
You do know this is the person that's on WIC, right?
What I would not do was allow him to go to jail, knowing that he's not the dad. I would have found a way to say, it's okay. Like, don't lock him up, don't let him go to jail, forgive the child support or whatever. But I would have tried to keep him out of jail, because you know how it is. When a black man, just period, when you have a record, getting a job and moving forward with your life is better than impossible. So for that, and allowing this man to go to jail,
I don't know how you can say allow, because it's the system that's doing it. She don't really have no control. She could tell everybody there is DNA proof that he's
and
not
they're
the child.
Still hunting this man down.
Right, they're still garnishing his wages. So she ain't got no control.
From the get-go, when all of this started, she could have stepped in and say, I'm sorry. No, don't lock him up. Honestly, he's not a dad.
I want to say,
you couldn't pick somebody dead name.
Now that is a real loophole.
Good point.
This poor man. I feel so bad for him.
I feel bad for him too.
What? This is wild to me. Like, can you imagine the level of frustration?
I'm so mad. I've been boiling.
No comment.
You don't even imagine this man sitting in jail going, what in the... Like, listen, I don't have no kids.
At this point, this man can't do anything. So jail might be a great option for him at this point. He can't work. He can't do anything. Yeah. He literally is stuck in like between a rock and a hard place. He cannot live life.
That's crazy. Charges of identity theft.
That's crazy.
There should be a rule.
But you know what it is too? It's almost like, sometimes, oh Lord, sometimes you have these unintended, right, consequences for things. Because it made me think about the DV situation. If you're in a DV situation and the woman decides not to press charges, it doesn't matter. The police, law enforcement can move forward even if the woman is now saying nothing happened.
Right.
And in many cases, that's for protection for the person, because the person, right, is often going to say nothing happened to quell the situation. So I'm like, it reminds me of that. Like the system is trying to say, make sure you know who this father is from the jump. Because the minute you tell us a name,
It's a wrap.
The system should have said, we go check this man.
Right. So that is my next question.
In Jamaica, this is
Right.
how a lot of the jacket them come to fruition.
Yeah.
You giving people jackets, right? And everything's okay. And then now, say the guy come to the US and want to file for said child.
right.
Cannot.
And this is how we find out.
All right.
What do you mean cannot?
It's a garment.
Because you need DNA proof that the child is yours.
DNA in not the birth certificate?
No,
in the case
ma'am.
of the man. If it was a mother filing, you don't need it. If
Right.
Yeah, because the mother birthed the child. But
Right.
the father could be anybody. It could just put in a name and to go to America.
Right.
No, ma'am. You need DNA proof that that child
Yes.
is yours.
That's how most guys in
Or you
Jamaica
need to,
find
or
out
you need
that
to have
they've
officially
been fathering kids.
adopted.
Yeah.
Most guys, that's how they
Wow.
find out. Like, wait, I've been registered for 25 years. He's not my kid. Most of them, it's when they come to America and they file for their kids. They find out, like,
I did not know that.
Yeah.
this man, my brother was telling me, somebody he knows, he has 5 kids. Well, he thought he had 5 kids in Jamaica.
End up being 2.
He came to America.
Negative 1.
Came to America, got this, met this girl, got married, got his papers, filed for all 5 of his kids. Not one belonged to him.
Oh, Jesus.
You know who they belong to? His best friend.
All 5 of them?
All 5.
That's what.
What?
Listen, I was reading an article that said
Oh,
that.
wait, stick up in. If I'm the mother of these 5 kids, why am I even going through with this knowing it's a fraud? What?
Because
Thank
what
you.
you gonna do? What you gonna
And
do?
some of them want to get money and remittance from the US. So if
Plus,
the father
they
is
don't
in the
know.
US and you're sending money for the child, then that's good. Now when you file for the child, it's a complication, but
My
But they
question to that
also
mother
don't
is, though,
know.
honestly. Did the mother really know?
sometimes they know.
Sometimes
I
they
for a
know.
fact
Fine. But
that
sometimes they don't know.
That's
And
how
they're
the
crossing
guy-
their fingers.
The guy.
No, the
Wait a
woman.
second.
Sometimes
Hold
they
on,
know.
hold on.
I know that.
We talking about the lady with the 5 kids. You don't think she?
I mean, it's possible that she does it. It's possible that she's sleeping with both of them at the exact same time, all 5 times. And all 5 of them,
No,
all 5
but
of
then
them
she
obviously
giving all
look
of them to
alike.
the one man. How should I give all of them to one man?
What,
You
because
could have spread them
look
around.
alike. How? If all of them from the same man, them all look alike. How you gonna spread it out?
That one man they're coming a foreign, so she have to make sure to keep them with the
Correct.
forean man.
That is the ambitious one. What do you mean?
Exactly.
You pick the right one. What are you saying? You get these people are very. You can get 25 years worth of a man child support.
Listen,
You are
done.
smart. That is scamming at the highest level.
What happened to the poor children?
I'm done.
Poor children. They
They're
got 25 years
traumatized.
from a whole person.
I'm done.
and apparently the guy was a very good father too to the kids, to the point where he actually
That's
wants to
great.
adopt them and still files for them.
Oh.
But it's
But
when
I'm
you're
like,
25, you can't adopt nothing. That is a whole adult now. Cut it out.
Oh,
That adult needs to be adopting somebody. Adopt me. Come on. At this point.
Oh my gosh.
I can't.
Anyway, I was reading.
I mean,
a
like, what do you
statistic.
guys?
Go ahead, Sharon.
I don't know. I feel like it's 2 different topics. The jacket stuff is scamish, but
It depends, though.
the judgment of the woman having multiple kids should not be a thing, because unless you're judging the
Wait,
men,
having multiple kids with different men, you mean?
shouldn't be a thing if it's not a thing for the men. It's
Well,
just the
that's-
scamish part of it.
Mm-mm.
It's the jacket part of it that's scamish.
Right. But the issue is not having multiple kids from multiple men. It's the fact that you don't know who the father is and you don't want to know. You're not trying to know. Or you know and you don't want to tell them. You decide to give it to somebody else.
That's
Yeah.
dangerous
If
for
men
a
could
lot of
do
reasons.
this, men would do this. Do not get it twisted. If men
Men
could
do
get
do this.
away with this, not this aspect of it. You mean passing
Oh,
off
'cause I'm
kids?
like, ma'am,
No. I mean this aspect of it. It's the fact that men are it's not physically possible for men to do this is why they don't do this. It's not because they they're just great human beings.
Men are great. What are you talking about? Men do this all the time. They disown their kids all the time.
Yeah, disown it. Yes. So disowning
what are
your
you talking
kids.
About? That's more
not what I
prevalent.
mean.
The mothers
That's not
never
what I
disown.
mean.
The mothers are
Yes,
trying
they
to
do.
share the child with the man. They're acting like they don't belong. They don't belong.
Well, it's easier. I'm saying this broad brushstrokes, but it's easier for a man to just not have anything to do. Women do it all the time, but it's easier because they don't have the same bond as somebody who's carried somebody for 10 months. But there are women who do it all the time. They're just not mother material, and they just don't want to have kids, and they have kids anyway, and here we are. So to me, it's a lot easier, but to me, that's still different. It's still different than you passing the child off as somebody else's child. That's still taking ownership as a parent, but wanting a specific other parent to parent your child. That's different. That's like, right now, I am going to choose, well, I'm not, but I'm going to choose a parent for my children. Say the kid's father decides he don't want to have anything to do with them, and I now choose a parent for my children. How is that different than me deciding, okay, I'm going to birth these children. I don't want that parent who I had sex with, who may look amazing, and now we birth these amazing children, but I don't want that person to parent my child. I want this other person. But everybody may not agree with my approach, so I'm just going to do it. Because why not? I mean, that's completely different, because you're still owning your things. You're still owning yourself as a parent. You're just choosing who the other parent is. Wait, I can't hear you.
Oh, I was saying sometimes you look bad because you cheated. And so it's not even like you genuinely want this person's life. This is the person you committed to. So how are you going to do that now? You have to just sit down and just pretend.
Committed to is a strong word, because people have kids with any ma'am randomness at this point. Just random. One night stand, kids, what do you do in this situation? If you have a one night stand with somebody and then you end up in a long-term relationship with somebody else. This reminds me of a Grey's Anatomy episode where the chick came in, she was in labor, but early labor, and the guy that she was in pain, and the guy brought her in, and the lady was like, she was like, I don't know what's happening, she's been in pain, blah 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 blah. And then the doctor asked her, how many weeks are you? And she's like, oh, I'm like, I don't know, 30. And he was like, you're pregnant. Mind you, it wasn't even his kid, because
I can't.
He met her. She's chubby. She's a big chick. He met her. She was like, I just thought you accepted me as.
Yeah, I accepted you being fat, but not with a whole human being.
That's the deal breaker for me.
This man was like, I'm out. They were like, but stay, she's having the baby now. He was like, nope, no, thank you, I'm out. Yep, see you tomorrow. Anyway, but whatever the situation, these women decide who they want to parent their children.
And that's fine, but you got to let people know. Like,
I was about to say, that is fine, but let somebody know. That is a problem.
But maybe they're scared. I can see sometimes when, you get like, okay, I'm not saying it's good and I accept it, but let me make sure I made that very clear. But you're with somebody, you get caught up in the moment with somebody else, and you get pregnant and you give it to somebody, all right? But when you have 5 that don't belong to the person you're with,
but what is the cutoff, ma'am? 2, 3? Where do we draw the
line? One mistake. You get one mistake.
Yes, Sharifa.
You get one jacket here. Full suit, pants, shirt, tie, shoes, socks, everything.
One. You're allowed to make one mistake.
We're allowed to
take a full suit of clothes.
No.
So if somebody says, it was just the one, and you give the jacket one person, you're like, all right, I can kind of see.
You're a jacket wearing person, yes.
Listen. I have to say,
it's true.
Oh my goodness.
I can
Okay,
see
no,
that.
Can't handle it. Some people can't handle it. But if you're a jacket wearing person, then you can't
Wear a
take one.
jacket.
But then you have a second child. The second child is not going to look at. So if you give a jacket at any point, you have to be resigned to the fact that you have been one child, right? Because the child, the second child with the correct partner is now not going to look anything. Not really
You have
different.
two
Must
kids
not,
and they don't
but
look
I have-
nothing alike,
my
Misha.
eyes have
My kids look similarly alike.
No.
I won't
No,
speak on this jacket situation.
No,
I
One
yeah.
don't
of
think
those
we will.
kids is all yours and one is all the daddy. They don't look
And
nothing
so
So
alike.
daddy
maybe
don't
the-
know about
So
the next
maybe,
man.
so right. So maybe the first one was a jacket then, and nobody knows.
Nobody knows.
No, nobody knows.
If
what
I
it is.
was the daddy, I would need DNA test on the first one.
I cannot. But people have kids that they don't look nothing like the parents.
Look like me
Right?
and my
So
daughter.
if you have a
She looks nothing like
jacket.
me.
No, but I've certainly seen couples have kids, and the first one looks nothing like the second one.
What if the first one come out white?
I've seen that too.
Yeah.
You
Jacket.
definitely have a jacket.
Yeah.
Could be all a
Except
pants
she
and a
gave birth
shoes
to the
too.
jacket.
I can't with y'all.
Cause
No,
how?
I've seen that, Carrie. I've seen it.
Yeah.
I've seen yeah.
I read an
Okay.
article in like the New York
Trust
Times
or
or something
DNA.
where this chick came out like she had the black features. Did y'all ever see this article? It was like a whole maybe it was like a whole
Oh, the
story.
twins and one
No,
twin
it wasn't the twins.
Oh.
It was this chick that grew up in oh my god, what's the country? It's not Australia. What's the other one?
New Zealand.
No, it's not New Zealand either. It's a European country. Anyway.
Oh. Okay, so Australia. Start taking out them.
No, it's
It's
actually
no idea.
a European country that's like it's not Australia. It's like a European country. Anyway, so grew up in this. She's light skinned, but obviously her hair is like deep curls. Everybody else in her family is pale, has like freckles, and nobody questioned it for years and years and years and years. They were just like, oh, the reason is because 2 generations ago the mother was blah blah blah, explains it away, only to find out that her father was black. But nobody like it, they brought home. I wish I'm gonna see if I can find it and send it to Shara so she can put it up. Nobody questioned it after initially they brought it home. Mind you, both parents knew that was not his child. So
And they
it is I mean, okay, it's not a jacket,
If
but
you know it's not a
they
jacket.
were catfishing the whole family. Even the kid didn't know. She didn't realize she was any different until people started questioning it. Ma'am, you're black. She's like, no, I'm not. I am not. And
Why
then
they
she
looking
ended
for
up
Dave
doing
Chappelle?
right. What did you say? Them monkeys are beating on my hood. You remember that episode? Y'all remember that episode? Dave Chappelle was the KKK dude, and he was
Yes, he
black.
was a blind dude.
He
He
was
was
a
like,
KKK dude,
Was
and
he
they
clean?
were outside in the truck, and he was like, "Them
Big
monkeys
Big.
are beating on my hood."
Bixby.
He was a black man, and they pulled off his hood, and everybody was like, and he was like, "What do they look like?"
I'm absolutely finding that clip. I have to find it.
Oh my god, that was that's my favorite Dave Chappelle episode. That and Paul Mooney about sprinkling the crack. Oh my god, Paul Mooney is hilarious.
On the
But anyway,
kid, on the chicken.
no, the whole episode he was just like sprinkle a little crack on it. Anyway, that was my favorite Dave Chappelle episode. That's all. We're done with that. But at the end of the day, there are reasons why people do these things, is my point. And to me, which is more serious? And I'm curious for you guys to weigh in. A man who is serial cheating, or a woman who cheats once and has a baby and passes it off as her partners?
More serious?
Yeah, like which one is less forgiving?
I would say the serial cheater. Again, I just feel like everybody is obligated to one mistake. One.
Wow.
It's like that.
I
Why gotta
strongly
be
believe
one?
one major
Sophie,
mistake.
7 times
one
7.
jacket.
One major mistake.
Didn't
So
the Lord say, you something on your cheek, you turn the other cheek? I mean, you got many cheeks.
I'm
Turn
done
the
with
next side.
one jacket. You get
Not many
one jacket
cheeks.
pass, ma'am. One jacket pass. You
Oh,
can't get
God.
5. You
Yeah.
got too far.
But 2
can't.
is still pushing it, huh? Okay.
I say one jacket pass. If you're
No.
gonna 2, I'm not mistaken anymore. See, there's mistaken and there's purposeful. When you have a look, when you drink a little bit too much, and your brain goes somewhere, and you're, oh my God, oh, what did we do? Oh my gosh.
But that can happen a second time.
No.
Drink a little too much a second
You
time.
need to
And
be
whoa.
responsible the second time. The first time you thought you could handle it, and you realize you couldn't. Second time, no, ma'am. Mm-mm.
But next time she just drop like trip.
Wait, what?
They're just hanging around, trip drop.
You know,
Trip and drop?
I mean, it's a different situation. One, you're drinking. This time your trip is two different situations.
I'm done with you.
And it's one mistake for each situation. So
really?
Yeah.
I'm done.
I can't.
Listen, my thing
Cannot.
is like the one with the jacket. It depends on how the child takes it. I have witnessed children not take it very well when they find out that their father is not there. Yeah, I've seen it like really mess up people and mess up families. So I would say it depends, only because there's someone. I mean, in both cases, the partners are gonna suffer. But in a jacket case, the child could be traumatized.
What about fathers who have kids outside of, fathers who have kids outside of their marriage and mothers who have kids, this is the comparison. Fathers who have kids outside of their marriage and mothers who have kids outside of their marriage and then pass it off as their own, as their partners.
But
That's equal.
the father didn't pass on the ones outside to the mother.
No, but if they cannot do that, that's not possible. That's what I'm saying. It's impossible. What if they
Wait till you reach the funeral,
tell?
and then all of these other picnics show up, and you're at the funeral, and you say,
"Ma'am, that happened
all the time."
All the time. Come on,
all the time.
They buried
what I'm
that.
saying. So
equally deceptive.
Right. So is it the same? Is it the same, or are we putting a whole new standard? Like, what kind of dirty, evil woman would have a child with another person and pass it off? Because men, I'm telling you, this is the thought.
Just because something didn't come to light doesn't mean it's not egregious. Like, just because the kid is living somewhere else, you still lying to me daily about having a kid. So in my mind,
Misha said, if they could, they would.
Right.
Facts on facts on facts.
It's true.
You know they would.
True.
If it was at all possible to bring a woman in, to bring a child in and say, yeah, man, you're a picnic. Take care of the picnic. I left the picnic with the woman. Yeah, man, you're a member of the picnic. No, yours.
Because they're already doing it and they can. Like
right. There are lots of women
out there.
There are lots of women who take care of their husbands or their partners, other kids.
Yeah.
So I'm telling you, if it wasn't.
Wait, didn't that happen? Okay, I don't want to tell no lie on nobody. Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Oh, I don't know nothing about no Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I'm gonna look that up right now. I'm pretty sure the nanny had a child in the house, and it was his child. Hold on.
Yeah, the nanny did have a child for him,
and it was his.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, they got money, so I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
That's a different scenario when you got money.
Different. Okay.
But I know people like that though. I know people like that because we have helper in Jamaica. Helper have picnic for the father and have all birthday
picnic. That is the man version of jacket.
That is very true. Bring the picnic up in the wood. Let the help have a baby. Bring the baby have to come with live in the house now. What's a piece of drama?
Listen, the other day, my friend's church, their pastor died. And the pastor has 3 kids with the wife.
Where is this going?
So the 3 kids showed up at the funeral, and so there's 4 other kids. And everybody's bawling, oh, daddy's dead.
And them about, oh, daddy's dead.
And them about, oh, daddy's dead.
Like, this is awkward.
And the wife is like, what did you just say? Like, what do you mean daddy's dead? And then, but what was really funny is this family has been coming to church the whole time with them.
Very nice.
This wife had no idea that pastor had serviced 4 of his members.
Me just want you know, say, me a revive him. Me a revive him and kill him again. Me want to know.
With the same person.
We go resuscitate.
This is 4 different women.
Different women.
Every woman, me a revive him and kill him again. Revive him, kill him again. Revive him, kill him again.
But me tell you how good daddy was. Daddy was so good to the point where the daddy put all 7 kids on his will. So the wife was like, lies, not these kids, until the will started reading, and he was like, and to my son, blah, blah, blah. And
Good
to my son, he's like, wait a minute, he knew. Daddy knew the whole time.
No,
I'm afraid of them people they know. I'm afraid of them bad.
Misha.
Afraid.
That's dangerous.
Afraid.
Terry.
I'm afraid of them more than gunman.
He said, like, kill him again for true. Wicked.
it's true.
Stamp him first. I don't get
Me, I kill him again. These are people that have been bringing to my house. Oh, Sister Misha is stopping by today.
Wow.
Oh, is that what Sister Misha is doing?
That's crazy.
No, man,
I have no words for that.
One thing. The men version is more dangerous. I think so.
That is crazy.
But you don't even have no warning.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Because you know, if the woman cheats,
is pregnant,
you know, she have to walk around with it.
Yeah.
No, the man, God, can't even vex with him.
Can't even vex.
Oh, we can vex, and we can try to revive him again. Yeah.
And you know what's funny? What was actually
be
really crazy? All 4 of the kids were in between the wife's 3 kids.
Jeez.
In between, like age group. We're all like in between. I'm like, oh, see, nah, sir. Nah.
How about this one? How about when the guy is married with his wife, the lady come and said, this is yours. I know he's not trying to claim it. And I'm like, the shenanigans, but you cheating. So you don't know if it's yours, sir.
Right.
So you should have stayed at your yard.
People just need to know about birth control. That is all.
Listen to me.
Oh, well, let's put in a link for birth control and time detail right here.
Right.
Let's put in a link
service
for birth
announcements.
Then the next episode, Sophie and I will talk about how lovely our kids are, and that'll be the greatest birth control ever.
Listen to me. Listen to me. If nothing else, don't stop you.
Right.
When you really need the stress. Oh my gosh.
People out here having all kind of unprotected sex. Ma'am, sir.
That's right.
I need y'all to get it together. Okay.
Tripping on
Y'all
things.
not trying to having
Tripping.
with these people.
Apparently.
Tripping and falling. Okay. It was an accident. It was an accident. That's what we're gonna say.
Tripping and falling. I'm done.
At the end of the day, scamming is real people. Scamming is
well, people might be tripping and falling, because I had a guy, this is a while ago, in my dating excursion.
People might be tripping and falling.
People might be tripping and falling. And it's a thing.
If you listen to other people, it could be true.
I did have a guy say to me, he's like, you're Jamaican, right? I thought you'd be like boom flicking. Sir,
Tripping
if
and
I
falling.
could boom flick, you couldn't pay me. If I could boom flick on it,
we wouldn't be here right now.
we wouldn't be talking. Okay? If I had those skills,
Sir,
you
you wouldn't be.
You got boom flick.
My name would be Spice
I'm about to
Junior.
say,
Okay.
can you handle a boom flick? Them just
So
ask
in
things
my-
so them
this-
can't
I
even
just-
deal with it.
It made me think about that. Like, oh, maybe people are tripping because apparently people
People out here
flicking.
boom flicking.
This man has some expectations. I'm like, oh, maybe somebody is boom flicking out here.
Listen,
So-
I'm gonna need to learn how to boom flick, sir. Can you introduce me to the
Ma'am,
boom flicker, please?
Can we revert to the episode where we're like too old for this? Too old for this? That's about boom flick.
I
We
will
are
say,
set.
I mean, I might want a boom flick. I'm curious to know.
I'm curious to Carrie, I'm with
Maybe
you on
I'll
this
be
one.
good. Maybe
Yeah,
I'll be
can
good at it.
Can I make money off this boom flick? Like, how far can we
I-
take this boom flicking?
I am
Like, is
curious
there-
to know too.
Is
okay?
there like an Olympic sport in boom
Hello.
flicking? Because maybe I need to explore this.
Hello.
Listen.
I'm like,
So if he can provide the information of the person who has boom flicked for him,
And we
Can
can
you
explore
please-
it.
can we?
I need her information because I'm trying to see something.
Oh, God. This point it could be a him too. Lord of mercy, let us not go there.
Mercy.
Jamaican come with a lot of expectation, man.
Why? I would put the power myself.
That's
If I was a Jamaican woman dancing, you just
Never
like,
jump off a tree.
Well, I
Listen to
think
me.
that's what it is.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is. It just sets the bar too high. I'm like, no, I'm regular. I'm not even tripping. So I'm definitely not boom flicking. I don't even know how to trip. So
what we talking
I'm just walking regular. Like I'm just regular walking. So the expectation.
Oh
It's-
my God.
Gary, you're walking. I'm barely creepy. Put it back over. Barely creepy. sir.
No, you're out of the game altogether right now.
That's not outside game. You graduate.
Oh my God.
You're not gonna graduate me, okay?
Ma'am, you aged out. You aged out.
You're sitting on the bench
I know
right
I
now.
aged out.
In the dugout.
It's
I'm on
on the
the
bench
bench.
right now.
Yep.
You're on the bench. I'm walking right now. I'm walking. Okay.
Just consistently. And then people are like, oh, you're not out here boom flicking. I'm sorry, we supposed to be boom flicking? What? Where was that memo?
I'm not. I didn't get that memo.
No,
I'm done.
apparently not. Too old for this.
Expectations, people. Expectations.
Anyway.
It's rough. It's rough.
Well, I guess my takeaway from all of this is don't cheat people.
Okay,
If it-
what is
if-
Rachel's takeaway now?
If you do cheat, be the ultimate scammer. That is all.
Well, if you do cheat, one.
Right. Only one. If you trip, you cannot be drunk. If you're drunk, you cannot trip. Right.
One.
And be very right. You can only give one jacket. And so be careful who you're giving the jacket to.
It's
Don't give
true.
it to a man that's going to America because they're
I
going
have
to
an
find out.
addendum.
Okay.
If you can boom flick, you get an extra pass.
Oh, yes. The boom flick ups the ante. This is true. This
You
is
get
true.
two.
The boom
It's
flicker
true.
gets two.
It's true. True. She earned
Well,
two.
well, imagine what the one with 5 has. What she can do.
Girl.
No, sir.
Superhero.
Me never want to learn fear skills.
She a flying. My girl a flying.
Woo.
That's beyond the boom
I'm
flick. We
mad at
flying.
y'all.
We are airborne. We are airborne. Okay.
My belly hurts.
Next level.
My belly.
Next level.
I'm so
Five.
over y'all. Over
Five.
y'all.
And on that note,
Right.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
No, sir. What is dangerous?
Mm-mm.
Well, I've learned something today. Only one is acceptable. Only one. Got it.
Gary, I'm serious about the boom flick situation here.
Never go find it. I got you, girl. I got you.
Wait,
Wait,
I can't
wait.
even cartwheel. I'm not even. I don't even send me.
Cartwheel, ma'am, my feet have to be touching the ground at all times. You know how they say, please keep your hands and feet, ma'am, all the time. There's
Inside
no-
the ride.
Yeah, right. You know how when
Yes.
you're running, one foot could be off the ground. We can't even run. One foot off it up on the ground all the time. I feel like when we broke a bone or something,
Keep your hands and feet inside
in
the
the ride at all times. That is correct. Talking about wheel cats, you don't like putting at the ear. No, sir. Can't manage that.
Done.
I can't. I'm in
Cannot
tears.
manage
I
Oh my
cannot.
God, I
can't.
can't.
Mm-mm.
My belly crap. I can't laugh
No,
anymore. I'm done.
I've aged out of this game.
Aged
It's
out.
for young people.
No, sir.
A
Girl.
stretch. Let us stretch.
I am stretch. Me pull out muscle stretching it. What is wrong? See me, I stretch and pull out muscle. Me, you know.
Carrie left me.
Char over there pulling out her foam roller. Let me find.
Let me see.
Foam roller.
I'm done.
I'm done.
Yeah, I can't. I'm finished.
Maybe you're right. Maybe I have aged out of this game.
No,
Yeah.
let me just prepare you, ma'am. You know how people just go in with their high expectations and then their dreams get crushed?
Did you guys read the comments when Steph Curry's mom and dad was getting split?
Yes.
The comment, yo, this one guy had me in tears. He was like, ma'am, stay where you are. You
Yeah.
ain't ready for this game. This is a different game we played out in the streets.
It's a different game.
30 years ago,
Stay
it
where
was
you
a whole
are.
Out
different
here
game.
boom flicking.
It's a different game.
Different game, ma'am. Stay where you are.
You gotta be athletic.
You
It's
ain't ready.
rough.
More than
You ain't
athletic.
ready.
You have to be open to things that you couldn't even imagine exist. Like now you shall levitate. I'm sorry, what?
Yeah. Next level.
What
Next
do
level.
you mean levitate? How do you can't levitate? What you mean?
Right. Like that's what's happening out here. Like,
Right. You're like, when did people start levitating? Is that normal? Should I be levitating? What's happening?
yeah. Start questioning your own self.
Right. Questioning humanity.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
Is it me?
God. Right. Exactly. Anyway.
I'm done.
Oh,
I'm
no,
done.
we don't know.
I'm
Yeah.
done. I'm done with the streets.
Been real, ladies. It's
You
been
guys
real.
made me laugh. I truly appreciate it. Thanks.